Hey, Aunt Tootie, I miss you. I wish you could be here, but I thought I would run through some of the stuff I owe you. The house is a mess because I'm still building stuff, but I made some banners for the outside of the castle. And then the reason I did castle theme is because I wanted to build her. And she's this little humpback witch, and her arms are out because she's going to be holding the stick, stirring her cauldron, which the bottom part here lights up. It glows red, the embers. And then this inside will move around, and there's a green light inside that smoke will come out. And there's a hole there because I made a stick out of PVC. I kind of bent it and put some knobs on it, painted it. And that actually will go in here, and this will spin around as she's stirring it. And there's a motor in there to turn it, so the cauldron is what turns. Her arms are loose and they just hold on, but it looks like she's stirring it. And then I wanted to make her, so it's why I did witch, but I didn't want to do a whole haunt of witch, so I made it castle. And I built a bunch of weapons. And then, of course, out here, I made some knights. And you saw another picture of these guys. Their heads are falling off. They're not completely done yet, but the tunic is just a sheet that I painted the red cross on. The arms are pool noodles, and I took a sweater that I got from the thrift store and I dipped it in a mixture of spackle and paint, which you mix it until it's thick like mud, and then you can dip a material in it and it will harden. And I did sweaters because once it hardens like this, I can dry brush it with silver and make it look like chainmail. So his head, these heads aren't attached yet. So I built these helmets out of foam. So they're not hard, but once I attach those, pretty easy concept, but it ends up looking pretty good, like a knight. And I chose Knights Templar because they dress like this rather than a full body suit of armor. So that just made it easy on me. Not very accurate to period, I don't think, but who's going to say anything? And then I built a bunch of pumpkin heads, like this. And they're also built out of foam. And these pumpkin heads will be on a forest of these vine bodies. Let's see if I can. And when I attach them, it's hard to do with one hand here. But basically, there's going to be a whole forest of these guys. That you have to go through. And then, let's see, what else did I make this year? Oh, I made this. This is one of those plastic barrels. It'll have a lid that pops up with a guy coming out of it. This is also one of those plastic barrels. I just cut the square holes out of it and used a heat gun to melt the top to make it kind of rounded. And then it's got an eye hook in it, so it will hang. It will be one of the torture chamber pieces. I got the walls up and we're starting to paint them. And I have the cemetery up. So I have most of it set up, even though it doesn't look ready yet. But from the outside, that's the front. And that is something I built this year. This is actually an electronic bassinet, I guess is the best way to describe it. You put the baby in it and it's motorized, and it has a swinging motion that does like a figure eight. It cradles the baby and moves them in a figure eight. And they're kind of expensive, but I saw a guy take one, put a wooden top on it and a tablecloth, and then the table looks like it's floating. So I got on Facebook and looked around, and the cheapest one used their $100. So it wasn't something I was going to do. But Chris happened to stop at a garage sale and found one for $5. So it didn't have a power supply, but I had plenty of power supplies, so now I got one. And then that's the throne I made out of a wooden chair. I just put some red pads on it, painted it gold. These are from these toppers here are from curtain rods. So I got a little throne. And then I got some shields and swords and other things that I built for the knights that are in there. So we're getting there. We're getting close. Just a few more days we should be set up and ready, and then I got to run electrical and everything. But anyway, there's a preview look, a behind the scenes type of thing. I'll see you later.